Mayor, would you like to proceed?
Yes, please.
Good evening. This is the meeting of the Borough of Highlands Mayor and Council regular meeting on Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meeting Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times and by posting at the Borough of Highlands Municipal Building and filing with the Borough Clerk all on January 1st, 2024. Items listed on the agenda are subject to change. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now do roll call. Councilmember Cervantes.
Here.
Councilmember Chalak.
Here.
Councilman Melnick.
Here.
Council President Machewski. Here. Mayor Bulan.
Here.
Sorry. First, we're gonna do approval of minutes, April 17th, 2024 meeting minutes.
I'll offer them.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilmember Chalak.
Yep.
Councilor Melnick.
Yes.
Council President Machewski.
Yes.
Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve April 17, 2024 meeting minutes. Next, we have April 17, 2024 executive session minutes.
I'll offer.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilmember Chalak.
Yes.
Councilor Melnick.
Yes.
Council President Machewski.
Yes.
Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve April 17, 2024 executive session minutes. Next, we have introduction of proposed ordinance 024-07, amending Chapter 3, General Police Regulations, Section 3-7A, Point 2.1, brush and branch pickup, and Section 3-7A, Point 2.2, leaf pickup, and adding Section 3-7A, Point 7, commercial recycling.
This came about because this was actually changed back a few years ago for a reason that I'm not aware, where it used to be that businesses along with residents were allowed to use the recycling yard. At some point, the recycling yard came off the table for businesses, but you could still pick up at the curb. Also, for a number of residents who have contractors, that they can't, the contractor can't haul away the brush and bring it to the yard. So we made changes to make it more equitable for everyone. So now if somebody hires a firm, like a landscaping firm, to clip their grass or, trim their branches, that firm, once there's a form has been secured at no cost to the resident, that contractor can bring the brush on the resident's behalf. And a number of older residents have brought this to my attention, and so that's why I thought, again, let's be more equitable, where everybody's paying the taxes, so the services should be the same. Any questions?
I just have one.
Sure.
And thank you from a lot of people who are happy about it.
Hmm?
In one line it says that brush has to be, if you're at an intersection, the brush has to be 25 feet from the intersection if you're leaving it to be picked up.
Okay,
Well, if that's kind of impossible,
but that's not something that's changing.
no,
Correct.
it's not changing.
Okay.
I just wanted to clarify.
Mhm.
I would assume that it would be okay for that person to maybe pile them on her yard if she
It
puts
can't
it
be
in
on-
the street,
it
it's
can't be
something
on-
on her neighbor's property. Because her driveway is,
They can't take it away from private property. It has to be on the street.
so she has to get permission from her neighbor to
Mhm.
push it further down. Okay, that's, I'm sure, conceivable.
Yes.
Thank you.
I will offer this ordinance.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilman Chalak.
Yes.
Councilor Melnick.
Yes.
Council President Machewski.
Yes.
Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Motion carries 02407. Motion carries to pass ordinance 2407 on first reading with a public hearing to be held on May 15, 2024. Next, we have resolutions, public hearing on the 2024 municipal budget. And before, I just want to note that we have Mr. Pat Cole on phone conferencing with us. He's with H2M. That's for executive?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to call you back when we're on executive?
Sounds good.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. He's no longer with us.
Okay, I will open up for any comments on the budget.
And before we get started with public comments, I do just want to note one minor correction. Originally, when it was introduced, the budget on the page that was titled the 2024 municipal data sheet had the incorrect terms, the incorrect years for the terms of Council President Ovchevsky and Councilmember Melnick. Those have been corrected in this one, so that typo is no longer an issue. It's clearly not a substantive change to the budget itself, just correcting that paperwork for this one.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the budget? Seeing none, I will close the hearing, and I will offer the 2024 budget.
A second.
Councilmember Salantes?
Yes.
Councilmember Chalack?
Yes.
Councilmember Melnick?
Yes.
Council President Ovchevsky?
Yes.
Mayor Bruin?
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt Resolution R-24-106. Next, we have consent agenda. Mayor, would you like me to read the resolutions by title?
Yes, please.
R-24-107, authorizing the appointment of Michael Peruzzo as electrical subcode official/inspector. R-24-108, authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for professional advisory services regarding the borough's medical and prescription insurance plans. R-24-109, approving and supporting the Roar on the River event hosted by the Highlands Business Partnership, Incorporated. R-24-110, authorizing shared services agreement between the Borough of Highlands and the County of Monmouth for the use of Monmouth County's Open Public Records Search System Records Information Management Module. R-24-111, authorizing execution of a settlement agreement and release between the Borough of Highlands and John Caruso. R-24-112, authorizing payment of bills.
Do you have an offer?
I have
Go ahead.
just something I want to discuss or ask about. With the insurance advisor, I noted that employee group health insurance has increased over 17% over last year. And I know that it's terrible with the business that we own, it's the same thing. But I was wondering if it's possible, do the towns get together to share? Because if you have more people in the plan, insurance company will, lower the rates. Is it?
We used to be there's multiple joint insurance funds. We used to be in the Monmouth County Joint Insurance Fund, but we left, I want to say in 2019 or 2020, went into the State Health Benefits Fund. State Health Benefits Fund is a lot bigger. So there is more buying power. The problem is that, especially with it was a 22% increase the year before, they didn't charge that to the state employees. They made the municipal and the county employees pick up the entire increase. The resolution is for Brown and Brown, and they act as like an intermediary for us. It's been the same price for the last 3 or 4 years. That hasn't increased.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions on the consent agenda? I'll offer it.
I'll second.
Okay, Councilmember Salantes?
Yes.
Councilman Chalack? Yes. Councilman Melnick?
Yes.
Council President Yes. Council President Ovchevsky? Mayor Bruin?
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt resolutions R-24-107 through R-24-112. Next, we have, actually before that, I want to note that Mr. de Blasio left at 7:08. So, next we have other business, State Cross Acceptance Committee.
We actually did have a couple of emails today, and with with the county, and basically I had mentioned to him that, well, he had mentioned that the business administrator would probably wind up being the actual person to be our representative, which I told him that's probably what's going to happen. So if you have, if the council and the mayor are good with it, I'll just act as that
Absolutely.
person. Okay.
Thanks for volunteering.
And what is that going to do exactly? I mean,
Estate planning.
It's just,
If That's like how we're going to be doing the master plan reexamination next year, so it's sort of the same thing, but it's on the county level, not on the micro level.
All right. Do we have a committee? Any?
No, the last email I traded with him was, I guess they just wanted to get one person, the administrators from all the towns in the county to start with, and I guess it's going to be something that ramps up.
So then if you could let them know that it would be, maybe it's you and Spencer, in case you're out or, can't take a meeting or something like that.
Next, we have mayor's report.
Okay. I don't have a full report because I'm waiting on a couple of the emergency service and code enforcement to weigh in, but I will give you what I've got. But first, let's start off with some Highlands Elementary news. They're looking forward to getting a new roof installed over spring break. And also very important is the PTO's Tricky Tray is this Friday, May 3rd. Doors open at 5:30 over at the grammar school. In HHRS news, spring sports have started for both middle and high school. Sports include baseball, softball, track and field, tennis, and girls flag football. So go out to a game, root for our Admirals. For emergency services, I have First Aid has responded to 38 calls. For the building department, there have been 122 inspections in the month of April. 68 passed, 44 failed, 8 not ready, and 36 new permits, building permits have been issued. Borough events, we just mentioned the Roar in the River. So check our recreation page on the borough website and also highlandsnj.com for HBP-sponsored events. Sanitary sewer project, Ralph and Williams Streets were paved on 4/11, so the first of the paving has actually happened. I know many people are going to be very excited about that. The remaining work on the county portion of Bay Avenue is to finish from Atlantic to North Street, and then the small portions near Veterans Park and Bars. We are working on a schedule for paving with the county. We should know more about that later this month. So planned for May are manholes, mains, and laterals on Bay between Atlantic and North. The upgrades to Veterans Park, those are coming along really nicely. I don't know if anyone's been down there lately, but the Belgian block looks great. The concrete work has been finished. We are looking to now add some picnic tables and solar lighting and redo the basketball courts. The work at Bayside Drive and Marie Streets has been largely completed by April 24th. Excuse me, we're just working through punch list items now. And there's no, let me go down to the commuting rating system. The coordinator continues to update elevation certificate information to ensure that the building department upgrades are properly logged in the floodplain and building department tracking software. She's currently working on removing non-compliant properties from the National Non-Compliant Properties List. This is one of the first steps to becoming CRS certified and enjoying lower flood rates for all properties in the flood zone. And that's my report.
I really have nothing further to add after the mayor's report.
I try to be comprehensive. Okay. And with that, could we have the public portion statement, please?
Individuals wishing.
Oh, sure, go right ahead.
I'd just like to throw in some things about the school.
Yes.
One was that I had the extreme pleasure of going to watch the little guys do Frozen.
Yes.
At the miniature Frozen, and it was wonderful. I did the travel with it and with the schools in general. I wish there were a lot of people here, because I think I would like for all who hear this to know that on Monday, there will be a meeting at the high school about the budget. I believe it's at 7 o'clock. Check that. Sometimes they have their meetings at 6. And the budget coming forward will be the first budget for the regionalized district, and they are anticipating over $19 million in taxes, and they are anticipating spending close to $25 million next year. So we're only talking about 750-some kids. So I think it would be interesting for everyone to go and ask the questions that they may have and learn exactly how they're going to apportion the money.
It's at the elementary school?
No,
it's at the high school.
At the high school.
At 6 o'clock? I'm checking it right now.
I'm pretty sure it's that.
It would be helpful if it was on their website.
It comes out to approximately, by their numbers, I believe $28,000 per child. I have the number. And $27,626 per child, which is a comparative that the county uses. You can compare that to other districts.
It's not on agendas and it's not on calendar.
There's an announcement that's like there down at the bottom where it's May 6th, 6 p.m.
6,
Okay.
It is city.
Yeah.
even if they put it on our website.
We certainly can, but if you have to scroll down to the section.
May 6th at 6.
Nice go.
All right.
In the cafeteria.
In the cafeteria.
Is that 100% system?
Mm-hmm. Okay, anyone else have anything they'd like to add? Leo, you've had a couple of things?
No, nothing. Saturday, Fiesta de Highlands, a lot of fun, 20. Maybe rain again,
Yes.
maybe not. We're just talking about a lot of events in May, but right now, I'm kind of concerned about the rain.
Yes.
Even though last year we had people coming with plastic bags and everything,
Mhm.
that was exciting. Other than that, nothing. Just waiting for the weather to be, good for us.
Sure. Yes, for today.
What is the weather? Let's see.
Did you want to talk about the river event at all? or-
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's all coming together. There were some issues with having enough boats in the water. That's all been, not the boats that are racing, but boats that need to be there just to satisfy the Coast Guard. That's all being taken care of, and I expect that there'll be a lot of promotion now by the various businesses involved, as well as for HBP, sending out, blasts on Instagram and the social media, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
If no one has anyone else, anything else? Okay, now can we have the public portion statement?
Individuals wishing to address the council shall be recognized by the presiding officer and shall give their name, address, and the group, if any, they represent. Although the council encourages public participation, it reserves the right through its presiding officer to terminate remarks to and/or by any individuals not in keeping with the conduct of a proper and efficient meeting. If any individual refuses to conduct themselves in a proper manner, they will be removed from the meeting. The council will not, during the public portion of this meeting, discuss matters involving employment, appointments, termination of employment, negotiations, terms and conditions of employment, evaluation of the performance of, promotion, or discipline of any specific or prospective or current employee. There is a 3-minute time limit for your comments.
Councilor Richard Griggs, 3 Ocean Avenue. One comment and then one question. One comment is that this is the first meeting I'm actually coming to, and then I'm coming to live. I do watch the recordings at home on YouTube, so thank you for putting it up. My one comment is please talk into the microphone so we can actually hear what you're saying when you are talking, because it doesn't come through on video. The number two is, Mayor, I appreciate your update on the sewer and the drainage and all that. So when is the anticipated end date on all the work that's being done? And then just a follow-up to that, we still see a lot of the same work being pulled up on the streets over and over. I guess, what is going on and why are we seeing the same work being dug up multiple times? And when do we see that the project will come to completion?
I don't know, I mean, you can go through that, but I don't know about the same things happening. What happened in your area was that we pulled a lot of the deep wells that were in there. We just did that recently.
So there's, I think it's, what's the street that comes down?
Linden?
Linden. Even today, we saw that the entire street was blocked off and the entire street was being ripped up again. Which I walk past there every single morning, so I know that it's been ripped up multiple times. And so I'm just curious, why is it getting ripped up multiple times? When we're finishing the work once, we don't have to continue to keep going back, doing it over and over again, if we're doing it the correct way. My assumption is that no, if we keep digging it up over and over. And so I'm not sure, I can't speak to it, I can only speak to what I see. So my question is, what are we finding that we have to continue to keep digging up over and over? And again, why?
Are you talking about Waterwitch, or are you talking about Linden? Because if you're talking about Waterwitch, the sanitary sewer is done there, but then they went back to do the storm drain, which is completely different. Storm drain is the water that goes out into the bay. The sanitary sewer is what is being replaced from 1925.
I do believe
But I'm saying, it's two separate things.
My question is then, following up on that, and the clarification, can we all get that done at the same time instead of ripping it up?
You can't get it done at the same time because you can't have water infiltrate into the sanitary sewer system, and you can't have sanitary sewer going into the bay.
Good, thank you. The other part is when we see it come to a completion, because I think it's been, you guys know way better than I do how long it's been. And so when do we see that coming to a completion, and what roadblocks and challenges do you foresee that are preventing us from hitting that completion date?
Well, that's a loaded question right there. If you want to take, because you just had a meeting with them today that I was not in.
Yeah, there's a couple of conflicts on Bay Avenue towards ours with water company water mains that we're trying to get that straightened out between our contractor and New Jersey American Water. That's pretty much the holdup right now for finishing that. We're actively pushing the county, since Linden and Bay are county roads, to pave that portion that's finished, which is 36 from Linden down to Bay towards right before Atlantic. We're really pushing them to pave that since that's their road. The other roads, Central Beach, we're pushing, I can't promise, but we're really trying to get that done by like the middle to the end of June, to get those roads reconstructed and paved. The engineering firm is supposed to have all the plans finalized by the end of this week.
Sorry?
Did you want to add as well?
No, you asked about challenges. There's been a number of them. Were we expecting to find a full bulkhead over 100 years old in the middle of Bay Avenue? No. No one was expecting that because it was timber covered with creosote, and that doesn't come up when you search for pipes. The crossing of water mains and sewer lines, we had no idea that was going to be underneath there because we're dealing with clay, and it's sometimes, again, it's not going to come up when you're searching for metal objects.
And so I think that, just to expand on that a little bit, did we not have a plan in place when we first started the project as far as doing surveys, so that the engineering team had to do some type of work before they would commence on any of the...
Well, on specifically like the Central Bay Beach area, there, after the work was done, when they looked at the initial plans, we had switched engineers as of January 1 from this. And when the new engineers looked at it, they weren't happy with the way the road would drain after that. They didn't want anything drained back onto people's properties. They wanted, instead of, rushing it and doing it wrong and then having to come back potentially and fix it, they wanted to reshoot all their surveys, and that's what took an extra couple of weeks. So that is supposed to be done by the end of this week.
So the anticipated end date is infinite?
If all goes according to plan, hopefully before Labor Day. Can't promise.
Because they're entities we can't control. We can't control if a gas line is going through a sewer lane, we can't control that. We've got to get New Jersey Natural Gas out there. When there's issues with the water company, we've got to wait for the water company to come. And we're completely at their mercy. Yep.
So completely understand that.
Yeah.
I know that you all are just about as frustrated as the entire rest of the town is, and so I'm probably not saying anything that's new. I think that for the entire town, what we would probably prefer is maybe a little bit more communication as what maybe some of the challenges are that you're experiencing. I know that we have this public forum here on a bi-weekly basis, but I was starting my questioning was that it's tough to hear sometimes, and then getting those from the town is a little bit more difficult. So if I have one ask coming out of this, would be a little bit more proactive communication as to what the challenges are, so that we can curb some of the frustrations on the other side.
We, actually, myself and the H2M engineers had a meeting with the Central Beach area residents back at the end of March, and we had told them when the plans were finished, which it should be the end of this week, we're going to schedule another meeting to go over everything. So I'll make that available to everybody.
Appreciate it. Just to follow up, I heard on tape when you were speaking, when you were just at one point in time, that we would have everything paid by hopefully by April.
I know.
And again, I haven't heard an update.
I know.
So yeah, that's the reason why I'm here today. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. No? Patty? No? I will close public portion.
Executive session. Executive session will be held following the regular council meeting. Prior to each executive session, the Borough Council will convene an open session, at which time a resolution will be adopted in accordance with NJSA 10:13, 10:4-13. No formal action will be taken during executive session. Resolution to enter executive session. Be it resolved that the following portion of this meeting shall not be open to the public. Be it further resolved that private consideration is deemed required and is permitted because of the following noted exceptions set forth in the Act. Attorney-client privilege. Disposition of property. Be it further resolved that it is anticipated that the matters to be considered in private may be disclosed to the public at a later date when the need for privacy no longer exists.
I will offer it.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Executive session entered in at 7:28 p.m. Everyone, please exit.
And go.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned at 7:58. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.